The second semester of senior year is a special time. Graduation, college planning, prom, and the inevitable senioritis all dot the landscape. But one local football player has decided to take a pass on all the above and get started on his journey through the Big Ten Conference. Our own Zach Groth has that story.
Neuqua Valley senior wide receiver Mikey Dudek will begin his college football career at the University of Illinois in about a month. Members of the Illini coaching staff discussed early enrollment as a possibility for Dudek when they visited him in April.
I never made the decision until around September time. I kind of got going into my senior year, seeing how I was liking it and if I wanted to stay. And there really wasn't any cons in leaving except just missing the second semester of my senior year.
Dudek admits he's not thrilled about missing the experiences the second semester of senior year brings, but there is one event he's making sure he doesn't miss.
You only have high school once, they tell you that, and I guess I'll be at Illinois for 4 to 5 years. And I don't know, I'm going to miss a lot of my friends, but I'm coming back for prom, so that was one of the key things because, everyone wants to go to their senior proms.
Early enrollment isn't an option for many college-bound athletes. Dudek is the first football player in Neuqua Valley history to do it. Student-athletes still need to fulfill their academic requirements, and Wildcat head coach Bill Ellinghaus says most players need that final semester of high school.
There's probably a reason why it's a short conversation with a lot of kids is they have not positioned themselves in the position that Mikey is, and that is he's done with his credits come January. He's allowed himself to be in that position.
Ellinghaus says he supports the decision and knows it's a smart move by his player.
If I thought there was absolutely no chance for him to get on the field, I would have probably been a little bit stronger voice to say, stay here.
The wide receiver says next semester will help him cope with the huge jump from high school to the Big Ten.
Getting used to the speed of the game and then the size of the players and the athleticism, what they all have. So, going in early is going to help me get used to that and then also know my teammates better and just get more comfortable around them versus kids that are going in June.
Dudek will leave for Champaign-Urbana in January, but in the meantime he continues to train at Acceleration Sports Performance in Naperville. Dudek works there with his high school position coach, former NFL player J.R. Niklos. Niklos has worked with a few other athletes who currently play football for the University of Illinois, and he believes Dudek has that same type of talent and potential.
From the athletes that we've trained, Josh Ferguson, who's there, he's a starting running back, Matt Lacoste, who's a starting tight end there. Both guys, I believe, have potential to play in the NFL. I think Mike aligns himself right with those guys.
Niklos says Dudek's early enrollment will give him an edge over other freshmen who won't have enough time to forge a meaningful relationship with the Illini coaches.
As a freshman will come in 4 or 5 weeks before a game, I don't know you. I don't want to play you yet because I don't know how you're going to respond in the fourth quarter when there's inches to gain, win or lose. So it allows the coach to just gain that trust.
Both coaches say Dudek can fill a major role for the Illini during his first season.
His priority is to go in there and play immediately. It's not really to redshirt. He wants to go in there as a starting kick returner, a starting punt returner, and then compete for a starting position as a slot receiver.
They believe that he can contribute, at least on special teams, early on. And in order to do that, he's got to become familiar and comfortable with the coaches, get into their lifting program right away, which he'll be able to start immediately when he goes down there.
The numbers definitely help this argument for playing time. Dudek put up 2,361 all-purpose yards this season, and some of his athletic traits are off the charts.
He has a 42-inch vertical. So, if you want to look at that, when the ball's up in the air, he's basically 6'6", compared to maybe a 6'3" receiver that has a 22-inch vertical.
It might not be an easy adjustment for Dudek, but he'll already have a support system in place when he arrives on campus.
In my class, in general, we all talk every day. We've all built great relationships. There's like 4 or 5 of us that are graduating early, and I know them pretty well. So, it's definitely going to be more comfortable for me going in early, knowing that I know some of the guys going in early too.
This early enrollment will allow Dudek to play in Illinois' annual spring game on April 12th. Both Ellinghaus and Niklos plan on attending. Zach Groth, Naperville Sports Weekly.